your schemes about making a masterpiece are reduced to, I'll prostitute myself any way I have to survive this catastrophe.
All of my documentaries have been sort of personal thank you letters to my own kind of cultural heroes. Woody Allen was always sort of a dream that I had. I wrote him a letter asking him if he'd be interested in letting me do a documentary on him. And I got a very polite no thank you, which was the same response he'd given to every filmmaker who asked him this question. He doesn't like the idea of tributes. He doesn't like people making a big fuss over him. He doesn't really think he's that great. So then I tried again probably 10 years later. And then I think there was a third time. And each time it was a very polite no thank you. I just was determined to turn him around. And so I wrote him a letter. And I just really made the case in the letter and told him why I wanted to make this film. And so sure enough, I heard back from his assistant a few days later, and she said, well, Woody wants to know if he were to agree to this. And as soon as she said, if he were, I said, I'm in.
Absinthe. Coffee. Mineral water.
I grew up with Woody's films. I was 9 or 10 years old when Take the Money and Run came out, his first feature as a writer-director. Loved that.
What does this say?
Can't you read that?
I can't read this. What's this? Act natural?
No, it says, please put $50,000 into this bag and act natural.
It does say act natural.
I'm pointing a gun at you.
That looks like gun. That doesn't look like gun.
No, it's gun.
So I just continued to see all of his movies.
Come back, north, back.
And always look forward to the next one. And it was great to have an artist that I admired so much alive during my lifetime so I could look forward to the next thing.
Here we go again! I'm not going out there. I'm not gonna get shot out of that thing. What if he's masturbating? I'm liable to wind up on the ceiling.
Hi.
When I was in high school, Annie Hall came out.
Well, bye.
Annie Hall was sort of this big game changer in a way that got, I think, everybody to look at Woody Allen a little differently.
Get it! Talk to him. You speak shellfish.
I remember at the end of that film, walking up the aisle almost stunned at what I had just seen because nobody expected this, because Woody was always sort of just funny. And now he was funny and emotional and personal and everything else, and nothing had prepared the audience for this.
Until Annie Hall, I had been interested only in making the audience laugh. And there were many people around me that said, why do you want to do a picture like Annie Hall for? You know, you can make audiences laugh and it'll be funny. And my friends and I, we all much would rather see Bananas or Love and Death. And I felt I'll sacrifice some of the laughs for a story about human beings, and they will get involved in the story in a way that they had not ever been involved before.
I think Woody Allen is unique as a filmmaker in a number of ways. One is just, the phrase independent filmmaker is not applied to Woody that much. And he's as independent as they come.
Well, I'm old-fashioned. I don't believe in extramarital relationships. I think people should mate for life, like pigeons or Catholics.
Woody never shows his scripts to his backers. The people financing his movies don't even read the scripts. Maybe he'll do a couple of sentences, something very vague. Oh, it's about a woman who moves to London and falls in love, and then her boyfriend cheats. It's just something very basic, because those people aren't in the business to make that movie. They're in the Woody Allen business. They want to make a Woody Allen movie, whatever it is.
Boy, this is really a great city. I don't care what anybody says. It's just really a knockout,
He's just got something that won't allow him to acknowledge that he's anything other than just an average filmmaker. You ask him about his endurance and his longevity over 40 years and how prolific he is, doing a film a year for 40 years as writer and director, and many of them an actor. And he says, longevity and endurance have their place. Those are accomplishments of a sort. But those aren't the accomplishments I care about, which is to make a really great film. He says that he's working on the quantity theory, which is that if you just keep knocking them out, one picture after another, just keep making them, some of them won't be that great, but every now and then one will come out good. He would never say great, but he'll say, one of them comes out okay. That's his theory, is just keep knocking them out. People won't like everyone, but every now and then one will come along that hits.